Tonight is the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where members of the mainstream media put on their tuxedos and roll out the red carpet for themselves and invite their favorite Hollywood celebrities to have dinner with them and enjoy some stand-up comedy, usually by a well-known comedian. It's usually customary for the seated president to attend and even stand up at the podium and read a few jokes off the teleprompter. But since the mainstream media have dedicated their lives to undermining the Trump administration and don't even remotely resemble news networks anymore, President Trump said that he's not gonna go. Instead of being glad that the person they despise so much isn't coming to their party, they're upset about it.
It's an awards dinner, a fundraiser. In the past, presidents have always shown up, even if they were angry with the press at any given time. Here's what the Correspondents Association says. They said basically they don't mind either way. It's going to be about celebrating journalists. It's all about celebrating the First Amendment, and the show will go on. There's their statement about this weekend's dinner. But look, it's another example of what we're seeing. This administration's attack against the media. It takes many forms. One form is the president having a rally this Saturday instead of attending the dinner. And I do think it matters mostly because of what it means about these tensions continuing to escalate.
It's an attack on the media, he says. Trump not coming to their party is just another attack. Somebody should tell CNN that years ago, the New York Times announced that they were no longer going to be attending the dinner because, as their Washington bureau chief Dean Beckett explains, quote, "We came to the conclusion that it had evolved into a very odd, celebrity-driven event that made it look like the press and the government all shuck their adversarial roles for one night of the year, sing together, literally by the way, and have a grand old time cracking jokes. It just feels like it sends the wrong signal to our readers and viewers, like we're all in it together, and it's all a game. It feels uncomfortable." He's absolutely right, because during the Bush administration, George W. Bush got up on stage and started cracking jokes about how we weren't able to find the non-existent WMDs that his administration said were the reason we needed to go into Iraq. It's a little hard to see because this is the best clip that I could find since it's pretty old, but behind him is a screen showing photos of him in the Oval Office bending over, awkwardly looking under his desk and looking under a chair when he says this.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here.
That was the White House Correspondents Association, who are supposed to keep the president's power in check and alert the American people about lies that lead us to war, just laughing right along with Mr. Skull and Bones, New World Order puppet himself. This op-ed in the London Guardian made a few points saying the White House Correspondents' Dinner is an unseemly schmooze fest, and that journalism's job is to speak truth to power, not refill its glass and laugh at its jokes. But since liberals have lost their sense of humor, it's unclear whether or not there's even gonna be any jokes. Last year, for the first time in 30 plus years, they actually didn't even have a comedian. The White House Correspondents' Dinner has given up on comedians, reported Variety. That's really too bad, because in previous administrations, the White House Press Correspondents' Dinner has actually been quite entertaining. But the supposed journalists have such thin skin these days, I don't think they can take any jokes anymore.
MSNBC's Chris Matthews is here. Chris Matthews has the only show where the commercial exists just so they can wipe the spittle off the lens. By the way, during the Boston coverage on MSNBC last week, Chuck Todd stopped a pundit from speculating on unverified information. Now, there's no joke here. I'm just letting the people at CNN know that you can do that. This is a learning experience.
I just can't see them inviting a comedian anymore to make fun of them, which was the tradition for decades, because liberals ruin everything. In fact, I didn't think Larry Wilmore knew how to tell a joke until I saw him at the dinner.
CNN is here tonight. You mentioned CNN? Yep. I've been watching CNN a long time. Yep. Used to watch it back when it was a news network. I did. Was it all CNN here tonight?
How could nobody possibly laugh at that? That is comedy gold! These people are absolute losers. It's no wonder President Trump's not going. If you like making people laugh or triggering those who have lost that ability, you should order my new I Love Global Warming shirt. Order yours from my online store at MarkDice.com or click the link in the description below. And of course, like all of my shirts, it's available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. And don't forget about my new Trump Thug Life t-shirt and the classic Liberalism Find a Care shirt. All sorts of cool stuff over there, so head on over to MarkDice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.